What is the Happy Home Habits Hub? Did you think it wouldn't be this hard when you became a parent? Are you wondering if you're just not cut out for this? Do you wish you didn't get so angry with your kids? Have you read the books? Maybe even done a few parenting courses, but nothing seems to stick long term. Are you worried about the future of your relationship with your kids? Maybe you're worried that you're ruining them. I'm Caitlin from ChildWise Conscious Parenting Support, and I am so happy you're here if you answered yes to any or all of the above. Not so long ago, I answered yes to every single one of these questions. And then I discovered something called conscious parenting. The information I learned was incredible, and I wanted to share it with the world. So I trained to become a certified master coach with the Jai Institute for Parenting. I started working with parents to teach them what I had learned, but sometimes the information just wasn't making enough of a difference. What I realized was missing was the practice. It was one thing to attend a coaching call, nod your head, agree with everything I was saying and the information, maybe read some articles, watch some videos, but it was another to actually put the learning into action. And unless my clients did this, there was no change. And sometimes the information was just a bit too much. Sometimes they just had trouble remembering in those really stressful moments what it was that they needed to do. And I knew that what had made such a difference for me was being in the work, like every single day. So I realized that while the information was important and useful, it wasn't the most important part. It was the daily, repetitive habits that made all the difference. So I created the Happy Home Habits Hub, where parents could come to find bite-sized, easy to digest information, support, accountability, and a non-judgmental community who just got it. So in the Happy Home Habits Hub, we are cultivating the daily habits that really make a difference to how we show up as parents. But enough from me. I'd love you to hear from one of the founding members of the Happy Home Habits Hub. She's going to share with you her experience. And make sure you stay around until the end, because I'm going to let you in on a little sneak preview of the new and improved hub experience. Jess, it's so lovely to have you here joining us, because you've been one of our founding members of the Happy Home Habits Hub and learning, helping me create this as we've been going along. So first of all, Jess, I'd love to hear what was happening in your home before you joined the Happy Home Habits Hub.
Yeah, sure. So we've got two toddlers, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and we were kind of feeling a little bit like the first couple of years with, babies and toddlers was quite hard, and we were kind of at a point where we were just like, okay, now we feel like we want to sort of, look forward a little bit to the future and take control a little bit. We were feeling a bit like we, think things were fine, things were good, but we were bribing the kids a lot, or we were doing lots of temporary fixes that then resulted in just things being a little bit more stressful than what they needed to be, and we were just slightly lost as to where to, or there's so much advice around, but having the time to sift through stuff and find things out. So when we saw about this, we sort of thought, this could be helpful for us, which is why we joined up, and it found it helpful. Thank you.
Fantastic. All right, so you said you were a little bit lost before you started doing lots of temporary fixes that would sometimes in the long run make things a bit more stressful. So what has changed now because of being in the Happy Home Habits Hub?
We feel like we have a little bit more direction. So with the the tools that you've provided. It's nice to have something to fall back on. It's nice to know that there's help and support available with the fortnightly meetings, but also the chats, being able to check in. I feel like we just have a little bit more control over situations, and I've just things are a little bit less stressful, because we kind of know what to do in situations, and things don't always go exactly how we'd hope, but we kind of know how to reset. And like there's a few we talk about during the course. We talk about finding an anchor, and that's been really helpful. So when things are all a little bit out of control, we can refer back to that, and setting family values has been a good starting point for us as well. Helps husband and I be on the same page, and the boys kind of getting involved in that. They know what the expectations are a little bit, lots of little things that we can fall back on when we feel like things are just not quite going right.
Nice. I love that. So a bit more direction. It sounds like a bit more confidence, maybe, Jess, and knowing what you're doing. Nice. I love that. All right. So what do you think it was particularly? You mentioned the having the fortnightly calls was helpful, that the being able to check in the chat with the other group members. But what do you think it was particularly about the Happy Home Habits Hub that supported you to make these changes?
I suppose having the confidence, because sometimes nothing's a quick fix, is it? And you're thinking, if one of the kids is doing a certain behavior that doesn't really align with us, and what do we do about this situation? And when you've got to do something and do it again and do it again and do it again to enforce it, if you're not that confident that what you're doing is quite the right thing, or what you're doing is quite going to help, then it's hard to follow through with those, or it's hard, we're in the past, we're sort of, I don't know if this is right. So you do something for a day, and then you try something else, and you do something else. And I feel like we weren't kind of getting to where we wanted to be. But it's nice to be able to look back on the resources and ask questions, and have a little bit more confidence that what we're doing is the best for all of us, for the boys and for us.
Awesome. So just that kind of backup, that what you're doing is, you're getting some reinforcement that yes, that we're on the right path, and we just need to keep going.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also making this a bit of a priority, and it does take a bit of time and effort, and it's kind of meant that we've had to sort of pull back on a couple of things to make time for this, but making it a priority, and sort of having that motivation of knowing that we're going to check in every fortnightly, or knowing that you're going to get asked about stuff is a bit of a motivator when things are a bit busy and you're a bit tired. It's quite good to think, oh no, we will make this a priority, because that's what's helping us.
Nice. Yeah, I love that. So sort of a bit of accountability there as well, that there's something coming up, there's a time frame that you're going to check in. I love it. Awesome. Okay, Jess, one more question for you. Just to finish off, what would you say to others who are considering joining the Happy Home Habits Hub?
I would say it's definitely worth prioritising. There's been a few situations where I've kind of thought, this is a little bit hard, or can't really be bothered. But you go back to the resources, and it's really helpful, and I think it's going to help us long term as well. You, Caitlin, have a very nice way of approaching things, and articulate things very well, and make things easy to understand, but also give us plenty of time to ask questions. And it's been helpful. It's been helpful to sort of learn ways to both communicate with both our kids, and also with myself and my husband. I feel like we have a better direction as a family, and we just want to set the boys up really well for the future, and enjoy life as we go along, and having a few tools to help with that has been really helpful.
Oh, beautiful, Jess. Thank you. And I have really appreciated everything that you've put into this, because it's like anything, the more you put in, the more you get out. So I've really appreciated your commitment, and how you've shared things with your partner, and kind of brought him in a way that, I mean, sometimes our partners don't want to join in on these things, but we can, be that model and do that sharing. So I'm so thrilled for you that it's been helpful for you and your beautiful boys and your beautiful family. So thank you for being part of it.
Because you have stuck around to the end of this video, I just want to give you a very quick sneak preview of the Happy Home Habits Hub platform. We're over here on Circle, where everything is hosted. This is the home space. This is where anything new that pops up will be. There's a little welcome video there for me. Over here, we have everything you need. There's a place where our members will be listed, so you can check out who else is a member. Any events will be posted here. A little onboarding space for you to get started and say hello, introduce yourself. Our content sits over here. So here is where you can access all of the habits. You can see we have 12 habits all together. You can work through these at any pace, at any order really, depending on where you are in your parenting journey. Additional tools happen here, so other things that are going to be useful for you as you go through the habits and cultivate them. All of our call recordings are placed in here, so we do have a fortnightly community call where you can come along and get your questions answered and get cheered on for your progress, get any challenges addressed. But if you can't make those calls, that's absolutely fine. All the recordings will be there. So there you have it. That is our Happy Home Habits Hub platform. I am so excited. If you're interested in joining, there will be a link below this video that you can click on to hop on our waiting list, and then you'll be notified as soon as our doors open. So thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you next time.